Welcome to Space Socket. A 36-year-old woman says men only love promiscuous women. Kevin Samuels reacts strongly and checks her. Let's dive in.
That's just what it comes down to. Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I am well. All right. So how old are you?
36.
36. Okay. What are we talking about today? I'm talking about overestimating values or hoes the housewife. Or did you have a question?
I don't have a question. I was just saying, I know some men that are like, oh, they love escorts, they love strippers, and they go for those type of women. That's weird to me. Or no, it's just weird. Why? That's where the confusion comes into play also. It's like,
You know men, but what do these men earn and what do they do?
just like regular, like fixing air conditioners and stuff like
Okay.
that.
I'm
And,
making the distinction about men who are making over $100,000 a year.
oh, okay.
So
Now,
that's we're talking about the higher income men.
mm-hmm.
So you see, so what are you saying? You see women leave the club and get married?
Yes, to men that yes I have, but I'm not saying I'm not sticking up for them. I'm agreeing with you also. You know,
Well, I will say that, you know, like I said, a lot of women ask, can you go from being a hoe to a housewife? Um, Hoeing is going to be a hard one. Uh, but did they get married or are they just together?
they were just together.
There's a difference. The difference is marriage. See,
But
one of the things about my platform is we can only keep scores in marriages. We can't keep scores in relationships, talking, hooking up, living together. Marriages are is what we can count and is real.
hmm
So
okay,
I don't think it's a good path though. So guys will date a woman, guys will have fun with it, kick it with, but walk
and
down
that's
the
where the
aisle with one.
confusion comes into play too sometimes because like men will date women like that, and then you got healthcare professionals like me that are out there, and we're looking at people like this, and I'm just confused sometimes. Like to be honest.
Well, dating means having sex without commitments.
hmm
They don't get married, so do you want the outcome just because they're dating them?
No.
All right, they're in it for something different. But do you have any kids?
Yeah, I have three teenagers.
How many all by the same father or different fathers?
The oldest, his father died, and then the younger two are by the same man.
Okay. Um, so two. Well, do you want to get married?
At this point, not really.
So what's the issue then? If you don't want to get married,
I mean, it's just after a while of listening to you, and I mean, I was already kind of like thinking that's kind of like the same way you were. At a point, it's like, first off, I'm a little too busy to be, if you're a real mom and you're really doing it for real by yourself, you're too busy for a man. You're too busy to even act like you want to date or include anyone into the equation. It should feel a little awkward in the first place to even just throw a man into the equation, especially when you got kids that are up in age. It's a little weird for
but you're
my taste.
36.
Right.
Okay, how old is your youngest?
15.
Oh, you started early.
Yeah, I did.
So your
So
kids will be gone. Your kids are by before you're 40 years old. Your last kid will be out of high school.
right.
So what's the rest of life gonna look like for a 40-year woman?
So
You're gonna have your
so
$2.4 million saved up.
so right now I'm just working on my company. It is a
But
baby.
are you going to have your $2.4 million saved by age 65 to retire on?
I don't know. Let's hope.
There's no hope. As a
Let's hope.
single one, as no, there's no hope. See, if you don't have a man,
I mean, I'm
and
not saying that that's not what I don't want.
listen, I need you to listen.
Mhm.
This is not about hope. This is about family planning and life. This is adult stuff. If you don't have a man, When you reach 65 in mandatory retirement, you can't work anymore, and you don't have enough money to live on from 65 to 85, you get more expensive as you age. Who's going to pay for you? Social Security won't be there. The government won't be there. Who's going to pay?
I'm not saying that that's not what I want. Right now, I do not want to.
I
But
don't care
later,
what, but see, later
listen,
is too
listen to me,
late.
listen to me. Later,
The
when I
later
in
is
about
too
5 years from
late.
now, in about 5 years from now, then I can focus
See,
on them.
that's just, okay.
Because I listen to
Why do
you,
you,
and
no. Why do you think it works that way? Why do you think you can make these, why do you think you have that amount of
you
control?
contradict yourself because you're
No,
telling
I don't
other
know.
women that
I just asked
you're
you. No,
cutting me off.
listen. No, no, not,
You asked me a
no.
question.
I'm talking, no. I asked you, why do you think you can make that decision? And you're telling me I contradict myself. That's not an answer. That's a statement.
So why do I what?
Why do you think you have that much control?
Why wouldn't I? It's my life. Why wouldn't I?
Because because you had 3 children. Were you married to either one of the fathers?
No.
Okay.
One died before I could even, and then the other two, yeah, they're by the same man. But no, you have if somebody has issues, you gotta cut it off. You
Then
cannot.
why have babies with somebody that got issues? See,
You
marry before you
sometimes though,
carry.
sometimes when
No,
you're young, you make mistakes.
no. See, there's the same shit again right there. I'm young and dumb. See, one of the biggest problems I have, especially with black women, is you keep excusing yourselves. You give yourself the benefit of the doubt, and then because life gets messed up and stressful, you put it off on being too busy and this and that. And at the end of the day, that
But you're
sounds.
not
I
making
need you
sense
to. I need
though
no.
to me
Okay,
because
I'm gonna either have the
you
conversation. I'm going to have the conversation with you or over you. Not going to talk through me. That's just not going to happen.
go ahead.
The reality is this: it doesn't matter what you think about it or I think about it. Somebody's going to have to pay for you once you retire. If you don't have a man, if you don't have it saved, either you going to pay for it, your kids going to pay for it, somebody, because the government ain't going to pay for it. Where's it going to come from?
Okay, we'll say the kids because I invest in them, okay, and I'm
That's
building them
fucked
up.
up. That's fucked up.
I'm
That's
building them
fucked
up
up.
to
That's
help.
fucked up. That's fucked up. That
They
is
should be
fucked
wanting
up.
to help.
That is fucked up.
You're not gonna help your parents.
That is fucked up. It is
You don't
not.
help your parents.
That is fucked. Listen to me and listen to me well, people. This is part of the problem with the black community. This is fucked up. That our black mothers like this think that their kids owe them something.
Yeah, you do.
No, they don't. No,
Yes,
no.
they
This is
do.
why. This is why most of our children are not born out of a loving, respectful relationship. Most of our kids are born out of a fuck. They're born out of
Oh, mine
sex.
wasn't.
Okay, they're not born in marriage.
We were
There's not a
together
plan, but did you? Okay,
for years.
okay. So anyway, a whole year. Then you want to say you're young and dumb and this and that. That means no plan. And this is what I was just talking about earlier today on YouTube.
But you
Giving
can't go
yourselves the
from
benefit of
that
the doubt.
to you can't go from a choice that you made at 17 to 20 to 36 and then go back and be like, oh, well, you
No,
made
you
this
can't.
mistake
No,
and
you
you did
can't.
that and you did this.
No, you
Okay,
can't. But
so
you are
now
supposed. But
I'm
you are
raising my
supposed to.
children and I'm laying in my bed and I'm raising my children. And when I'm finished, then I can focus on them.
And this is the problem.
And
You
I'll still be
think
young
this is the problem. They really think
and
they have
beautiful.
this. They really think they have this much control. You can't tell them anything. That's what I'm saying. Man, you think you have that kind of. When they're then, I can just plug this in like this, and I'll be young and beautiful. You'll be 41 with 3 kids, and
That are grown.
you think a man is going to come in and say,
That
"Oh,
are
I'll
grown.
marry, I'll marry you. Sure,
Oh
I'll
yeah,
marry you.
exactly.
I'll marry you, and then I'll take on all, and then you can take
What
my money."
responsibility? What
All right, yeah,
responsibility?
all right. So this is the problem. This is what you just seen right now. Is this why I don't give the young and dumb excuse? Because you don't sound like you've
We're
learned
not doing that.
anything.
We're
Because
not
you
doing
said
that.
I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Man, you don't have that kind of control. Men decide who get married, not you. Men determine who gets married.
So if I decide I don't want to get married, that's not my control. That's not
No,
my
somebody
decision.
has to somebody has to decide to marry you first. You can decide whether you
No, if
accept the
I
proposal. No, no. See, that's what I think. They think they have control they don't have. A man has to propose to you
you
first.
act like we have to get married, like
I
it's
don't
like
give a shit if
the
you
end
get
goal.
married.
That's
I
the
don't
end
give it. No,
all be
understand
all,
something.
and I'm gonna be
Understand something. I don't
happily
give it.
ever
Well, this is
after
the
if
same.
I have a man.
This is the same woman who came on complaining about how strippers get relationships and she doesn't. This is why this is the same
Oh, I didn't
person.
say that. Oh,
I
I
don't
get
give a
men
man.
everywhere.
I bet you
Trust
do.
me.
You got three kids.
Doctors,
I bet you do.
doctors come
I
on
do.
to
You
me,
got the
nurses
red
come
head.
on to me, ICU
Exactly. You
nurses
look
come
like
on
you
to
be
me.
fun. But again, don't nobody want to marry you. And at the end of the day, I don't give a shit if you get
No,
married or not. I don't give a shit if
that's
you.
not
I don't
it.
give a shit if you
That's
get.
not
I don't
it.
give. I don't. I don't give a
I'm
shit
not
if you.
even in a
I don't give
relationship
a
because
shit. Exactly,
I'm
you're not. I don't give a
I
shit
made
whether
the
you
choice
get
that
married.
I want to make my
I don't give a
living.
shit. I don't give a shit whether you get married or not. I just hope that the taxpayer don't have to fund you, because if your kids gonna have to pay for you, or you gonna be homeless because you ain't gonna have it together.
Why would they? I mean, I
Yeah,
definitely am working and I'm doing a
it
good,
doesn't
a
matter
damn good
because you
job
takes
at
more
working at a really great job
you are too hard
doing.
headed. You are too hard headed and too stubborn to hear any goddamn thing. This is the modern woman, modern black woman.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you, Kevin?
I am well. How old are you?
I'm 27.
Have you been on here before?
No, I've been trying to get your attention for months. I was before.
Mm. So what are we talking about tonight? Are we talking about women overestimating themselves? Or are we talking about turning hoes into housewives?
Turning a hoe into a housewife.
Or did you have a question?
So you've never accepted my request this quickly before at all. So, I had just tuned in. What were you talking about tonight?
We're talking about how, sadly, many modern women truly overestimate their market value, their worth, and what they can actually get.
Well, I will say, upon watching your content, I was already on like a spiritual journey, as most like people are. And I will say your content helped me acknowledge a lot of just just a lot of things that you just talk on in general about women. I pretty much I usually agree with what you have to say about like
You how
Jesus.
old? You're 27. You're 27.
I am 27.
Any kids?
Yes.
How many?
I have two and I'm divorced. And like I
Okay.
said, I was already on like a specific little journey when I came across your content. And you often ask people like what do their friends say, or the people that the company that they keep around them, like what do they have to say about you, or like when they're having
Mm-hmm.
topics about your content. And I really believe it's just approach, because I personally agree with 99.9% of the things that you're saying, like the subjects that you're speaking on. I think it's just approach, and a lot of women are not on this journey right now, or they're not on this part of their journey to where they're willing to hold themselves accountable or hold other women
Well,
accountable.
that's fine. That's fine. Women can be on. People can be on whatever journey they want to. The difference is men know no one's going to bail them out. Women have demonstrated that they don't even think about it. They not. I just talked to a woman. I talk to women all the time. When I ask, all right, when you hit retirement age, are you going to have your retirement money? I hope so.
Yeah.
So at
So,
27, do you plan on
say
remarrying one day?
that again.
You plan on remarrying?
I would like to. I'm at a point in my life where I realize I am a lot of the baggage. I'm a lot of, I don't want to say the problem, but I just have a lot of things that like I've caught on. I think I repeated a cycle more than once in my life. I have two children. Well, the first one was from a marriage. The second one, we did things backwards, and they just recently.
So two different fathers. So
Hmm.
um,
Yeah.
have you had any therapy?
So this year is my first year in years since getting therapy. I have a lot of undealt with trauma, like very serious almost obvious, like, yeah, you should see a therapist about that type of trauma. And I had been going years without any type of professional help. I was also, like I said, on a spiritual journey. So yeah,
See, when I hear spiritual journey, my antenna always stand up
I was gonna
because,
say I see people call
hmm?
in and they're religious or things like that. So I was stuck in that too, not getting professional help because I was so stuck on. And you got to be careful with the way you word things because I respect everybody's religion and beliefs and things like that. But just personally, where I was in La La Land, like how you say, you can't
But
just.
so spiritual journeys, this, that, at the end of the day, when you're 65, are you
Mhm.
going to have enough money, your $2.4 million to retire on?
Baby, probably not.
Okay,
So,
then this is my message to all women. Speed up whatever journey you're on to get coupled with somebody and be of value to them, because it doesn't matter. As an individual, you don't make enough money to live in a first world country. It's
okay,
just it. Men either, but men at least know the street is waiting for them.
okay.
Women don't understand that what's waiting for them is, I don't know, what's likely waiting for women. Do you have me on speakerphone today?
No, something just happened. I don't know what just
I don't know
happened.
what just happened either. What most women don't recognize is most women think that somebody will fix it for me, or my kids will take me in. Uh, you don't hear men saying, "Oh well, if I don't have no money, I'll just go live with my daughter." No. So at 27, it sounds like you got a lot of stuff going on. You got to speed up because the woman I just spoke to, you watch this interview. You reach your mid 30s, a lot of options dry up. Most women don't recognize after 29, you hit something we call the wall, and the amount of options just drop exponentially at 30, and after 40, they're almost non-existent.
Okay.
So I'm just going to say speed up till you get into a place to where if you're ever going to get with somebody, get with them and start building now, because you cannot wait until you're mid 30s or 40s. That's when you end up trying to move in with a bunch of women and be
No,
cat
yeah, I
on
see that in a
everybody.
lot of older friends I make. You're absolutely right.
So, all right, have a good one. Bye bye.
Bye.
All right, let's break this down clearly. A 36-year-old saying men only love promiscuous women isn't just an opinion. It's a conclusion based on a specific set of experiences, not the full reality. Because attraction and long-term commitment are two very different things. This is where Kevin Samuels would step in immediately. Because while certain behaviors might get attention in the short term, that doesn't mean they translate into respect or commitment in the long term. And confusing those two is where the misunderstanding starts. The issue here is perception. If the men she's dealing with are only responding to a certain type of behavior, then the real question is, what kind of men is she attracting or choosing? Because different men value different things, especially when it comes to long-term relationships. The truth is, many men separate what they're attracted to from what they commit to. And if someone is only experiencing one side of that, it can create a skewed view of how all men operate.